Hello, everybody listening to the Fair Weather Podcast. It's your boy 2K, Philadelphia Eagles Suave, Mr. Saquon Barkley Suave, Shay Sean Barkley, my dog, Suave. Oh, shit. I am Joe A-Rod. What up, dog?
Fly Eagles fly, baby.
All right. Listen, we gonna get, me.
Oh, the floor is yours today, sir.
I'm gonna act a fool because I got some shit to say. But
before you do, I just want you to give me props for keeping you level-headed all this time. Because there are times, go back and listen to audio. There are times that you're like, man, they're gonna fuck up some point. They're gonna lose here. They're gonna fuck up.
That's how I operate. I gotta talk negative so when it's positive, I feel better. Also, I was looking for a text. It was either week 1 or week 2. And I was like, I put like in quotation, like star, you know how like do like an actionable item in the text. So I put like semicolon, looking up tickets to New Orleans in February, semicolon. So I see the vision, but we're gonna get to this. I want to get my crazy, wacky, funny off before I forget, because we were just talking before the show started. We were singing E40 shit. And we were like kind of just talking about, we showing our age and shit, whatever. And you mentioned that you asked somebody if they didn't do E41, they said no. So that made me think about something. So I was on Instagram the other day scrolling through, going through my little endless scrolling, and I came into a video, a slideshow thing of 2000. It was like 2006, 2007, and it had every crank that we tried to do. It's like us videotaping ourselves doing it on YouTube. Crank that Batman, crank that Superman, crank that SpongeBob, crank that whatever, right? And it made me think, we was doing all that bullshit, yet when I see people doing TikTok dances, I get all fucking mad. Like, why am I so mad for? I remember last week I said we just always get off my lawn. We doing this, dog. We were doing this same shit less than 20 years ago. Crank that Batman, crank that Batman. Doing that shit, uploading it on YouTube, trying to get viral. What's the difference of I ain't never did with that, baby. You $1 million, baby. What's the difference, dog? What is the difference?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Get off my lawn.
I feel so bad. Listen, young folk, I'm sorry. I know there's a disconnect, but I know we was wearing 6X t-shirts with 5X jeans.
With do-rags and 2 headbands on.
Speaking of do-rags and man, listen, tangents. We're kicking off the show with tangents. So, Saturday was Gasparilla, right? You see what that is? That is a University of Tampa Spartan pendant that I got from this brunch. Now, the only way I'm Gasparilla from now on, I'm doing grown folk shit. We're going to brunch at UT, taking my ass home right after. Because I'm like, bro, I didn't have to worry about my cell phone service going out. I ain't got to worry about people throwing up my feet. It was splendid, right? But I say this to say that. I say that to say this. You were talking about.
I said I'll see you out there next year.
No. Anyway, you were talking about the headband shit with the hat, right?
Said no.
Anyway,
Sorry.
You talk about the headband shit, the double headband with the fiddle, right? So we was at this brunch shit, right? And if you look at the dictionary and look for the word New York, and then you look at a picture of what somebody from New York looks like, incoming is this dude. I don't remember his name. Is this dude that we was doing brunch with? He was a friend of a friend or whatever. It was like you opened up a book about like the New York's greatest facts. Found a picture of somebody from New York and dropped him at that brunch. He had the tight ass shirt on, like just for no reason, with like the pants, like he's sagging a little bit, but it's like tight around the waist a little bit. He got the hat with the flag, with the brim. He got a New York logo on it, of course, New York Yankee logo, and he got his flag underneath, or bandana flag, whatever it was, underneath his hat, perfectly creased. His posture was like, I am from Harlem, or I'm Bronx. I'm thinking Harlem or Bronx. The way his posture was, it was like immovable. And he wasn't wearing Timbs though. That was the only thing. He was wearing, I think he was wearing ones. He was wearing fours. He was wearing some fours. Perfectly creased. Everything is like perfectly crisp. No stain, no nothing. And
when he spoke, of kinds of sorts in his waistband or no?
Yeah, what?
Did he have a felony of all kinds of sorts in his waistband or no?
Possibly. And when he spoke, it was like he was the loudest dude in the room, but it was all just, hey, yo, it was a real just every conversation. Every conversation seemed so intense. I was like, bro, simmer down. Yeah, turn that New York shit down. We're in Florida now. It's a lot more lax down here.
Should be like that, man.
He was like, hey, yo, you from New York? I was like, yeah, I used to live there. He was like, you want this hat? I was like, no.
So basically, you went to brunch with a ex-diplomat is what you went to brunch with.
Listen, no. As soon as I saw him, I was with my wife. I was like, look, here's a picture of Jim Jones from 2002. Here he is. Here is Jim Jones right here. It was. I literally picked up a picture on my mom. I pulled up a picture of Dipset and I showed it to her. I said, this is who this dude is right here. She's like, yep, you're right. And I'm going to have her send me some pictures. She took some pictures of him because I don't like taking pictures of people. I don't want to get caught. She's like, all right. She took pictures. So when I'm going to send it to you. Anyway, we just spent 7 minutes talking about crazy, wacky, funny. For me, what you got going on?
Duval.
We're going to get to the NFL coaching hire, but speak up.
What a clown, man. I've never seen two bad media days except for his and my old head coach. I can't remember the guy's names. Old shifty eyes.
Yeah, Adam Gase.
Adam Gase, yeah. Oof, that was a name I don't want to hear.
They both have weird eyes. That's just what it came down to. Because, like, Nick Sirianni was weird. Dan Campbell was biting kneecaps. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen some weird ones, but, like, I think it's the eyes. Like, whenever I see crazy eyes, I'm like, I'm concerned.
Dude, one eye is higher than the other. It's just like, you know, like what are the memes of like the shell thing, and you know, like everything is like perfectly aligned. This does not align whatsoever in here. I can't go with it. And then the last one I have is I'm still, what has he done? What has he done?
God, leave that man alone.
What has he done? We're right back
for first down and they give it to him. Let's move.
Shouldn't have turned his back.
Let's talk about the NFL. Let's talk about the NFL.
Turned his back, but here I am still smelling like a white mushroom.
Here we go. Let's go.
What has he done?
I just want to, because you're speaking about Josh Allen, okay? Funny enough, after he lost, I was waiting for like an onslaught of like negative comments. It's been very positive for him. Oh, you know, it's not his fault. He played like a stud. Oh, what a great postseason he has. And I agree. I think he's played well. However, they said his stats. And I was like, okay. Then I looked up Jalen Hurts' stats. And it's the same. They are a mirror image of each other, right? But the one guy, we talk about Jalen Hurts. Yeah, it's the passing game, man. It's the passing game. Oh, they got Jalen Hurts. They don't got a chance. Jaden Daniels is the better quarterback of the two. This, that, and the third. All my dog does is win. And this is where the microphone, I would like to go on my little soapbox. And normally I like to, what?
Floor is yours, sir. Take it away. NFL.
We're in the NFL now. Normally I like to save the Eagles for last. Because, I don't want to put pressure on me on like that, but I got to keep the shit off right now with the Philadelphia Eagles, right? Man, last year, we started off, what was it, 11-0? After making it to the Super Bowl year before, we started off 11. It looks great, but I kept saying something's off about this team. And then it got ugly, and we lost a lot of games, right? And everybody was, fire Sirianni. Jalen Hurts isn't it. This is the wheels are falling off. The window has closed. Blase, blase, blase. Right. And I'll admit, during the time, I was more concerned about our defense, and Nick Sirianni got on my nerves. And I'll admit that I was one of the people who were like, shit, man. If it's time, it's time, bro. Like, I wasn't saying go get rid of him, but I'm like, if they did, I wasn't gonna feel no type of way, right? We talked about weird interviews to start off a career. His was talking about, I forgot what he talked about now. Like the flowers and this and that plants, and you gotta let it sprout. It was weird. And I defended him at that time, right? Because that's my coach. But deep down, I'm like, who the hell is Nick Sirianni? I didn't know shit about him. He didn't even call plays in Indianapolis. He was just the analyst. And what he's done since he's been with the Philadelphia Eagles, he gets my first flower of the day. Because the way the wheels fell off last year, Bill Belichick was like, everybody's saying, oh, they'll let Bill Belichick, or, oh, it's time for Nick Sirianni to be out after just making the Super Bowl the year before and starting off last year really well. Everybody was quick wanted to get rid of him. And for him to overcome all of that, if you look at he has like the fourth winning percentage in NFL history right now, fourth or fifth or something like that. All he's making to the playoffs. All we've done is win a couple of divisions, and now all he's done is gotten to his second Super Bowl in 3 years already. The players love him, buy into him. We as the fans, as much as he drove us crazy, he shaved his head, had his Britney Spears moment, and he's been phenomenal ever since. And he's an extension of what I like to talk about, that trio, right? So we're going to go to the top half of that trio, Howie Roseman. He gets my next flower. Howie Roseman was ousted by we were done after Jalen Rager. And from that moment on, he has been
masterclass.
This has been like the 6 ring Michael Jordan ring where it was just inevitable. Like Thanos, everything he does is like, holy shit, bro. This dude is like, what he got Jalen Hurts, even though Carson Wentz situation. He's drafted Jalen Carter, even though he got a little bit of trouble. Somehow got Nolan Smith in that same draft. Somehow got Cooper DeJean and Quayon Mitchell in the same draft. Picked up Zach Bond after he was just a special teams guy. The Kobe Dean, who everybody was like is too small, he gets hurt after having like a Pro Bowl type of year. He gets hurt, and we have backups making plays. He got back C.J. Gardner-Johnson after letting him go for about a year or whatever. He stuck around with Darius Slay, even though all the fans said get rid of him. A.J. Brown pulled that miracle off. You saw that live for me when I was at Blanco. Pulled off A.J. Brown, drafted my favorite collegiate player, one of my favorite collegiate players ever, DeVonta Smith. I mean, it's just been masterclass after masterclass after masterclass. And then it got to last summer. And we did fine with Miles Sanders. We did fine with what's that boy that's in Chicago now? DeAndre Swift. We did fine with all of them. It wasn't like the running game was terrible. But then we went and got Saquon Barkley. Mr. Saquon, the best player in the NFL. When they do that NFL top 100, I'll put 100 on it right now. They're voting for Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley has had one of the most dominating stretches. Like this season has been one of the most dominating shits I've ever seen. And what do I compare him to in baseball terms? Every fourth quarter is Mariano Rivera. It's 60-yard run. 60-yard run. 60-yard. It's like inevitable. Thanos. So what we did to get Saquon Barkley, who gets a rose for me as well, phenomenal. And then my last rose, Jalen Hurts, bro. They talk so much shit about you, dog. They talk so much shit about you. And it's like, do y'all not watch I watch the football games. You don't ever hear me come out here and say shit about Jalen Hurts. Because like everybody looks at numbers and this and that. I watched the game. I watch how he manages the team, and he does a great job managing the team. Like those runs that Saquon Barkley is getting, who's checking into those runs? Jalen Hurts. Those dimes that he throw to AJ Brown on the sideline, who throwing the football? That dimes he throw to Devontae Smith, who throw the football? Like the ability to know if it's third and short, fourth and short, second and short, at the 1 yard line, you know what's going to happen. And ain't shit you can do about it. Everybody has tried to replicate it. Josh Allen couldn't do it. Couldn't get that extra yards. This is what we do. And for all y'all people who talk all this shit about Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni, say Sean Barkley, thank you, Giants fans, Howie Roseman, y'all can all SMD, right? And that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. The Philadelphia Eagles are back in the Super Bowl. We beat the dog shit out of the Washington Commanders. Put 55 burger on them, a 50-piece. Honey mustard, Chick-fil-A sauce, buffalo zesty sauce, pause. Name the sauce, we had it, dog. 50-piece. Everybody talking about this Jaden Daniels shit. Man, great year, brother. Good job, brother.
1, 2, 3, Cancun.
But you over there in Cancun with the rest of the hoes. The Cowboys. Brian Schottenheimer. I love y'all. Jerry Jones, you are my dog. But this is our time now, baby. Fly. Eagles fly. Go ahead, brother. What was your takeaway from that Commanders versus Eagles game?
Man, sitting back and being a Jets fan watching this and being the loving partner of an Eagles fan, not my co-host, obviously, my girlfriend who is a diehard Eagles fan. The girl went to work in all Eagles attire. I got her a Army because she's in the Army. I got her an Army Eagle shirt. She had the beanie. She had green socks on. She wore green that day. Like she was ready to go. And it sucked because she's a nurse and she couldn't watch the game fully. So I was literally giving her the play-by-play on everything. And I was telling her on the first drive of the Commanders, I was like, they got really cute and they did a lot. They converted 2 4th downs and did a fake pass on what was on the second goal of shit. But here comes Saquon, man. Saquon first handoff, gone. Titty, right away. And I told her she hit on all her bets. She had a 4-leg parlay that day. And I said, you need to make sure you put anytime Saquon touchdown. I told her already, check. Got that one done. She got the Eagles money line. She got the Goddard receptions. And she got the Devontae Smith too. She hit them all. I said, you did it right today. He didn't get greedy. Her nephew, on the other hand, that boy did an 8-leg parlay. I was like, this boy's wild, man. That's why.
Sound like my kind of fella, dog. What's up, dog?
I wanted to set the gambling hotline number right there and then. But the Eagles, here's the thing. Those stuff that the Commanders did that I mentioned, the going forward on 4th down, Eagles did that too. They converted, I think, 2 4th downs. They were present in that. The trick play, though, man, cute.
What, the fake punt?
Mm-hmm. Very cute.
Let me catch this real quick. I knew it was going to be a fake. Everybody in the stadium knew it was going to be a fake. All they kept doing all this shit at the line. I'm like, yo, you know how this dude coaches? I watched the Bucks game when when the Commanders played the Bucks. They went for it on every 4th down. I'm like, bro, well, he's not going to get the football. That is what that boy does. But go ahead.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. In the playoffs, what do we preach about Dan Campbell? He got too cute. You get too cute, you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get got. What did Marshawn say? One of these days, I'm gonna get got. And he got.
I'm gonna get mine before I get got.
So yeah, boy got.
But listen, there's a reason. Detroit doing it as the number 1 seed, you're not trying to sneak up on anybody. We already know you dominant. Washington, on the other hand, I understand them doing it because that's the only way they could have kept. They scored 23 points against us because they had to go for every single. Imagine having that pressure where, oh my God, our defense can't stop these dudes. We got to go for every single 4th down. They don't have the luxury of like Detroit. Don't got to do that shit. They choose to do that shit. That's getting cute. Washington, that's out of necessity. All that to only score 23 points and lose by 30.
I say cute. I say too cute. But I was watching it with my cousins and his friends, and they're all young. They don't know who E40 is.
They don't know who E40 is.
That's how young they are. But they were like, "This is gonna be a good game." And I in the first half, I mean, the first quarter, or the first half, yeah, it was close. But I was like, there's a bad man on that team, man. There's 2 bad men. There's 3 bad men that I can say. There's more, but Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and Jalen Carter, man. Jalen Carter
is a bully.
Is a dog, man. A Georgia dog. That man, I don't know how Nick Sirianni got him to be level-headed and understand what it is for winning culture. Maybe it was Georgia. Maybe he grew up after that. But that man deserves a lot of credit, too. I love watching the Eagles play. I hate the slander, like you say, of Jalen Hurts because everybody's desensitized to fantasy football, and he does put up like 27 points in fantasy football, and the numbers look pedestrian when you see it. But he doesn't turn the ball over. And when he does, he has a bad game. Everybody's going to have a bad game. You can't be perfect every day. But the guy knows what he's doing at the line. He's reading the checkdowns. He's got the playbook memorized. He knows who he's throwing it to. He knows that he's confident that he has a stud running back in Saquon Barkley. And A.J. Brown, just when people write him off, they're like, oh, A.J. Brown ain't shit. He's not a guy you should fucking rely on anymore because he's reading a book on the sideline or whatever. Shut up. He's A.J. Brown for a reason. All right? And Devontae Smith, he's cool with being a 2. He's cool with being a 2. And he's another player who's a class act grown man who's a young kid. They just know how to win and they know how to do it. And then when the getting's good, pull away from it. I give credit for the Commanders for hanging in the first half, but you fucked up. You fucked up in getting 1 player. You should have never went and got Marshawn Lattimore.
Shout out to Mike Evans. Cool. We handled that lightweight. Don't worry, bro. We got you back, Mike Evans.
Dude, Marshawn Lattimore is. See, there's a fine line. This is what I was preaching on the last episode. There are players that cost you games.
Kansas City would never let him have. They would never let him on that team.
Oh. I'm surprised the Eagles took C.J. Gardner-Johnson back. I'm so surprised at that.
Dude, is this like Jalen Carter? Unagi. You know what Unagi is, bro?
Bro, but he gets kicked out of games. But like when he doesn't, he's effective. He's effective. And then he goes to his childish rants when he gets off the field. And it's like, dude, all right, man, whatever. But Marshawn Lattimore, he's good. But for how good he is, he does get burned. And when he does get burned, he gets chirpy and costs you more. So, horrible signing, in my opinion. I would have not touched that guy with a 10-foot pole. Pause. So, the Eagles, I said at the beginning of the season, they were my team for the NFC to go represent. And here you are. I'm not in shock. I'm not in awe. You guys had a great season. Saquon Barkley, like I didn't know it was I knew it was gonna be good. I didn't know it was gonna be this good. Like what we've been promised. Can you imagine being in prison for 5 years of your life just to be set free?
A toxic relationship, bro. That chick that he was with for the 5 years that he was with that chick named the New York Giants, they tried to ruin my dog's name. They tried to rub smut on his name. They tried to rub dirt in his face.
And the last thing I want to say too, before we go on, to NFL owners, shame on you for trying to blackball the running back and not pay the running back. Because once again, you're seeing where you fuck up. You want to be cheap. You want to get cute and get younger. I get that. But when you have a workhorse stud running back, they all made it in the playoffs and they all got pretty deep, or they all at least made it and did well. Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley. Am I missing one more?
Sean Barkley. Well, those are the big names, yeah.
Pay them. Pay them. They deserve to be paid. You're seeing what Saquon Barkley is doing. It's so ridiculous to me that you don't pay these players, that you look at them as just, it's a cogwheel. And I know if we had Townie on here, they'd be like, oh, but to the point of this, I'm making fun of you guys.
The problem is if you look at certain situations are suited to have those, what do you call it, split backfield that do all the extra shit. The thing is that those teams are winning games. But then you look at the Chiefs, and the Chiefs, they kind of have a split backfield. You know what I mean? Like Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco was a 7th-round pick. So it could honestly work.
But Kareem Hunt,
both ways.
But Kareem Hunt was a league-leading rusher and probably a dominant running back. Huh?
Who is the guy, though? The guy is Pacheco. Kareem is the older guy trying to hold on to it. Did he get cut? Like, he's just trying to hold on for the rest of his career. Okay? Kareem is now the older guy.
He didn't want to be Cleveland, and then everybody in the GM probably the Chiefs like, hey, do y'all remember what happened with Kareem Hunt here? Nah? Okay, cool, let's sign him again then.
Which is crazy because you look at the stats. He had 17 carries in the game. Pacheco had 5. Did Pacheco get hurt or something?
He was hurt most of the year. That's why they went and got Kareem Hunt. But Kareem was the playbook.
Specific game. The Bills game.
No, he wasn't hurt, but like Isaiah Pacheco's been eased back into the lineup. It's Kareem Hunt's team. I hate to say it. I mean, Pacheco's going to get his, but Kareem Hunt, like I don't like to talk bad about the man because when he's on the right team, he's going to be good. And I think Kansas City is the one for him. He just fucked up. He fucked up. And then when he got back, he picked up like he just never left off. I picked him up in fantasy, and I was running away with the motherfucker.
Hey, Tyreek trying to do Tyreek like, I fucked up, bro. Please.
Yeah, they don't want him. They don't want to deal with that shit.
Please take me back. I'll take all 18 of my baby mamas with me, dog. Please.
You gotta get
Miami, I got 20 kids.
You gotta get a quadruple cheeseburger for Andy Reid to get back on that team, my man. I'm sorry.
Not cut it, brother. You still might not cut it.
Yeah.
But no, but you're right about the running backs. It's just, you look at certain situations. But either way, we already talked, did you have any more takeaways? We already talked about the Chiefs.
Oh, man. Hey, tip of the hat to Jaden Daniels. He played great season. Dan Quinn, I love him being there. I love everything the Commanders are doing.
Yeah.
Scary Terry, I've been saying for years, like he just needs the right guy there. Like he is Scary Terry for a reason. So I don't want to I'm happy the Eagles are there. I'm a closet Eagles fan. I'm supporting them for my co-host and my lady. I'm a big fan of a lot of players on that team. I love the GM, the head coach, everything that they do is what you want in an organization to be in alignment. And I think from the Commanders' point of view, you're on the right path. You're doing exactly what they're doing. You got the GM, you got the head coach, and you got the quarterback all in alignment. Now you're a favorable place for people to want to go play at again. You're going to get the talent to come to you now.
And you see, and what I tell you about Jerry Jones, if Jerry Jones lives for another 30 years, we're going to have a problem with that because Washington got rid of their owner in 1 year. Turned that whole bitch around, dog. In 1 year. They made it to an NFC championship game before the Dallas Cowboys could make it back.
You saw that the report that he was like sour that how good they're doing and shit like that?
Oh, bruh, Dan Snyder was a clown of all clowns. More of a clown than Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones was like a messiah compared to Dan Snyder, right? Dan Snyder has left for 1 year. And voila. So definitely on the right path. I've never been a hater of Washington. I've always been, more of obviously a Cowboy hater than the Giants because they just, get on my nerves. Actually, never mind. But anyway, Washington, you might be added to my hate list soon. I hope it doesn't have to be like that, but you come for the king, bro. You see what they'll happen. You know what I'm saying? Come for the king. Come for the king. All right. But yeah. Oh, big shout out to Zach Ertz. I do want to leave with that. I love that dude to death, bro. So we saw him like after the game. He looked miserable. He was the most miserable player on that field. Like Frankie Louvu doing all his offsides. He was whatever. Jaden Daniels was young. You know, a lot of these guys were like whatever. But like Zach Ertz, brother, look hurt, dog. Like he should just I'll get him a ticket to the game. Bro. How about that? If he's on the sideline, is that disrespectful for the Eagles?
I don't think so. He's a great man. He's an Eagle.
Fletcher Cox and like Nick Foles or something. You gonna be disrespectful?
Yeah, was it Brandon Graham or Fletcher Cox got him after the game and like said keep your head up, you know?
Yeah, Fletch. Yeah.
He's not done, man. Like you got something. You know, that's a good blanket, like I always preach for a young quarterback. And Zach Ertz is no slouch. He's just went to the Cardinals and
and then Trey McBride came in.
Their identity crisis there and Crybaby Murray over there, like, you know, I wouldn't want to play there either. But when you play with a young, kind of like Jalen Hurts type of guy and Jaden Daniels, man, he's got the same kind of mentality as Jalen Hurts. Maybe Jalen's a lot more mature than him, but I see him as very mature at a young age.
Jalen Hurts is 57 years old.
Oh yeah, he is. But
he dresses like an unk.
Yeah, but Jaden Daniels, let's be honest, like he's pretty calm, cool, collective, and not.
Jaden Daniels is like a light skinned Lamar to me because Lamar is pretty mature too. I think Jaden Daniels got a lot of like that Lamar kind of just swag to him as well. Because Jalen Hurts carries himself as like a father. Lamar is like a cool uncle.
Men's Warehouse, like a Men's Warehouse catalog.
Yeah. Lamar is a cool uncle. And Jaden Daniels like the cool nephew. So that's kind of where we're at.
But they got it right. And one last thing I want to say. This man was a special teamer last year. Special teamer on a 1-year deal and is now an all-pro. And I have not seen a player like we sing Jalen Carter's praises. But this man is all over the field doing what he needs to do.
Everything.
Yo, once again, put on the master class.
When you watch football, right? Like I always like to use this analogy. Drop me off to space and don't put no audio on. Just let me figure out who the best players on the field are. And you can just literally pull somebody from Somalia, somebody from Tibet, or somebody from Mars. Drop him off and say, all right, who's flashing out to you? When I watch, all right, that A.J. Brown guy is pretty good. Then that Saquon Barkley guy is really good. And now look at the defense, that Jalen Carter guy. Whew. And that number, what is it, 54, Zach Bond? Who the hell is he? That guy, he looks like one of the best players on the field every time. I'm like, how are you only just a special teams guy?
As much praise as we give Saquon Barkley for what he does for that team, and Jalen Carter too, Zach Bond has been the enforcer, being in the right place at the right time everywhere on defense.
Pro, baby.
Carter just busts through the line. Okay? Zach Bond is covering the midfield and getting to the quarterback and getting the strip ball out and falling on it.
Oh, the ball be finding his hands, bro. Like either he's recovering or
I've never seen somebody in the right place every time. It's wild. What a get to be special team.
TJ Watt is always in the right place at the right time. TJ Watt, like he's the guy. Like damn. And I'm not saying he's TJ Watt. Like I'm just saying. Whenever I watch TJ Watt, he knows exactly where to be at all the time.
All I can say is this, because I want to talk about the other team. I mean, I could sit here and talk about the Eagle and praise them. Philly will change your life. Philly will change your life as a player. Because if you look at all of these guys that they got, they've been on shit teams and had to deal with shit. A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, Zach Bond, had to deal with shit fucking teams they've been on. Slay the same thing.
He was on that old school Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, they gave up on him and they went another route. But I mean, look at it. It'll change your life when you release, trade, or allow the freedom of a player that we have been told is supposed to be good.
Shit, look, Sam Darnold. I know how the season ended, but he got out of the, no offense, the Woody Johnson Jet stink.
Oh, don't.
Carolina stink, just like Baker, Cleveland stink, and they end up in a situation like, oh, the air is a lot fresher right here, dog. I can breathe.
Sometimes you need to reset, but I'm just saying that Howie Roseman pays attention to this. He sees guys with good caliber that he can get on the team, that he says, oh, I know this guy's going to be a good locker room guy, or he's going to fit what the Eagles are trying to do because he wants to win and we really want to win. Go get a guy from across the bridge and Saquon Barkley, put him on that team. How? That man should be put in jail, but he can get out because he's got good lawyers. I'm sure Philly has that. So good for him, man. Highway robbery.
Hey, well, you don't get charged.
Having a bad day. Seriously, whenever I'm having a bad day, I go back and I watch the 2 clips of the Giants GM.
Shane, whatever.
Take one in front of the owner, and then his son basically bossing his ass out, saying like, if you have the opportunity to trade for Jaden Daniels, you need to go get him. Oh, we're not going to do that. He's not going to be there for us. I'd have fired that man immediately.
I mean, he wasn't going to be there. There was no way Washington was going to let that pick go. And Chicago was not letting the number 1 pick go. So at the end of the day, and then number 3, maybe with the Patriots, they could have done that because Drake May wasn't like, we don't know, even though he's an alternate for the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl's a joke. Anyway, let's move on to the American Football Conference. So we got to talk about the Buffalo Bills, your favorite quarterback, Josh Allen. Falling short. All right, man. Look, 22 of 34, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also had 39 rushing yards on 11 carries. It's not like it was his fault, bro. So let's be nice, bro. Let's play nice. We know what the problem is. The big bad wolf over there in Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes. Sorry, bro. You are in the Patrick Mahomes era. That's just that. Like, remember, like nobody in the East could get past LeBron. Nobody in the AFC can get past Mahomes. It's the Mahomes Invitational, and he may let you in a couple times. It's just, it's just one of those, like, I mean, like, Patrick, like both quarterbacks played pretty well. No turnovers between the 2 of them.
Patrick had 1 turn. He had an interception.
No, he had 0 interceptions.
Really?
Yeah, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Maybe did he have a fumble? Patrick Mahomes had a fumble. That was it. Yeah, he had a fumble. And Josh Allen fumbled the ball 3 times, recovered all of them. Mahomes had 1 fumble and 1 loss. But
he jumped on one like a fucking Arctic fox. I saw. What the fuck is that?
So I mean, all things considered, we just go down the line. Kelsey didn't do shit. Juju Smith didn't really do shit. They all had 2 catches, 1 catch, 2. Xavier Worthy had a great game, but like it wasn't like they did anything crazy and go to Buffalo. Very balanced game. Very balanced. But when it comes down to it, one team has Patrick Mahomes and the other team does not. And I don't know how you feel about the not first down that was given to Josh, that was not given to Josh Allen. And it's come on, bro. When you saw that, you was like, oh yeah, he got that. Come on.
No, he turned his back. If he had it the other way and held on to it.
If they would have called it a first down, would you have been like, that's not a first down?
No, I wouldn't have been upset. It's 50-50 to me, but it's clear as day. Like, looking at it again, clear as day.
Clear as day or 50-50. That's the hate talking, bro. You just, come on. I get it, okay? I know how it feels to be a hater, bro.
Listen. To me, looking at it as a spectator, I saw it. I was like, oh, he didn't get it. And
I
it
saw
wasn't even the
first
hate.
down.
It wasn't the hate. No, it wasn't the hate because he had his. I literally saw Cook stretch his arm out to get the first down or to get the touchdown or first down, whatever it was. That was a first down to me. But I see Jalen Hurts do it all the time. Lean forward with the ball. You got to get the ball over. If your back is to it, it has to be the ball.
He did the ball forward one time and he fumbled the football. You don't do like he learned his lesson. I can't fumble the football here. And I'm 6'5", 245 pounds. I should be able to get through this line. It's literally a yard away, if that. It looked like, all right, again, this whole game can't be won or lost off of one play. So that's that. Obviously, like we can't take that back. All things considered, it was a pretty even game. That's just how I see it. So, do you have a little bit more respect at all for Josh Allen?
No,
at all. Just like I know you love to see the man fail, but like, was it really that bad?
to be honest, I don't like to see him fail. I just hate hearing how the media will always just be like, oh, he'll get it next year, or his time is coming, he just has to wait, or it was, the Chiefs, the referees on the Chiefs side, and everybody will make every type of, story to make it seem like he's gonna, he's this, and that. But I sent you the fucking meme.
Yes.
As funny as it was, no all pros.
All right.
Fucking
What if
championships.
I told you this? The Buffalo Bills won the time of possession. They had more total yards, and they had 0 turnovers. Whereas Kansas City lost the time of possession, had less total yards, and had a turnover. So you would assume the team that dominated, they didn't dominate the football. It was literally 30 minutes and 32 seconds to 29 minutes and 28 seconds. So very evenly matched with the yards, 6 yards apart. Very evenly matched with the time of possession, a minute and 30 seconds apart, a minute apart. The team that turns the ball over should probably lose the game. That's just how I see it. So, I mean, how do I explain that? Like, he didn't play that bad. It was an even game.
Explain it as just like you did, but then you have to say, but the other team that turned the ball over twice has Patrick Mahomes. Oh, okay, then now that makes sense then.
I know.
McDuffie at cornerback. McDuffie at cornerback, that boy, when the playoffs come.
I saw he get mossed one time by Matt Collins, though. So if Matt Collins is going to body him like that, A.J. Brown will have okay. Whew. We are going to do our Super Bowl preview next week, by the way. We're just, I don't want to, we're going to say that for next week.
Let you fly low right now. Before you
All I'm saying is that A.J. Brown, when he sees Trent McDuffie, barbecue chicken, baby. Barbecue chicken. But I digress. All right, let's leave the Buffalo behind. Let's talk about Kansas City. Back again.
Oh, Dalton Kincaid. Can we talk about him real quick? Him and Mark Andrews are going to go to a therapy session together.
All right. Dalton Kincaid's shit was nowhere near as easy, quote unquote, as Mark Andrews. He had to
come back from that, because last week you were giving me shit saying it wasn't that easy. He had to fall. He had to do all this.
He had to come back for that football that was just lobbing to the air because Spagnuolo set like a fireman blitz on Josh Allen. If it was a better throw with more time to throw it, it would have been a wide open catch. So don't give Dalton Kincaid no. This is different. Mark Andrews, that's a different story. All right, that one I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Dalton Kincaid, don't you dare. You can leave that man alone.
Sammy's right. You be hedging shit sometimes, man. You make me feel bad for what I say.
What am I hedging? Mark Andrews, I get it. Dalton Kincaid, you just hate Buffalo, dog. I thought you was a West Side Gun fan. I thought you was a Griselda fan. I thought
they enjoying Cancun with that team too. So
Cancun a lot warmer right now than Buffalo. I tell you what. So I don't blame them. But no, it's all right. Whatever. Dalton Kincaid, it's not your fault. Chiefs, you're media darlings or whatever you want to call them, right? what are your biggest takeaways just from them as a team and how they've gotten to this point based on all the shit we talked about them all season long? And you're right back, right back in the game.
I don't talk shit about them, man. I
But
respect them.
you know better.
I do. I know better. If they lose, I'm hoping they lose. I am hoping that they lose.
Nah, America doesn't want to see the Eagles win.
Oh no, nobody wants to watch either of those teams win. They played at they can't get to New Orleans.
No one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. Come on, bro. I was at work today.
My lawn.
I was at work today, and I was like, "So all y'all want to see me fail, huh?" They just looked at me. I was crazy. I said, "I hear y'all. I see what's going on. Y'all don't want to see my team win, and I get it. No one likes us, and I understand why no one likes us. But then let me be happy." Yet I like to be in a dysfunctional relationship with a team like the Eagles. I don't care. I cheer for the Sixers. I don't care, dog. I don't give a shit. This is what I chose, okay? Continue. I'm sorry.
Nah, man, I don't bet against them, man. They have the guy that we keep saying is gonna have better stats than Tom Brady when it's all said and done.
I called him the GOAT already last year. Y'all called me crazy. I'm sorry. He's already the GOAT, so y'all call me what you want. He's already there.
He's good, man. He's good. Even when he turns the ball over, like they find ways to get things done. Everybody on that team is bought into the Chiefs' way, and it's similar to the Patriots' way. Hey, D-Hop, you were a 1,000-yard receiver in all your other years, but you want a ring? You're probably gonna have to do less on this team and maybe be a decoy some games and let the young kid eat. Some days we'll make him be the decoy. Maybe Juju mixed in with there. Kareem Hunt. I know you did a lot for us, but you're going to be a change of pace back until Pacheco comes back. And if you do better, we'll ride the hot hand. Everybody, and then Kelsey, we know you're getting older, but you still block well, and you still are the heart and soul of this offense. You're going to be out there. You're going to get targets.
You only have 4 targets in this game. 2 catches.
He dropped 2.
That's wild to me. It's like, how are they scored 32 points. If you told me, I look at the stats, Travis Kelce, 2 catches, 19 yards, they got blown out. They must have got blown out. What the hell? Oh, shit, they won by 3. That doesn't make sense to me, dog. That is their best player. It don't even matter, dog.
It doesn't. Andy Reid is he's just got some kind of fucking spell book over there that he's just putting together and making it work. I don't know. But yeah, they're just they know what to do. Everybody knows the role. And I told you, there's no troublemakers on the team. They got no thugs. They're good church going boys.
I think I saw Hollywood Brown in a State Farm commercial or some shit or Doritos commercial. I'm like, Hollywood Brown, he got written off by 2 teams already. He comes to Kansas City, not a peep.
I forgot he was there, man.
Juju, I see a story. He being messy, bro. Juju being messy with my boy.
Our crazy Michigan right there.
And I'm like, damn, Juju, this is how you really feel. Not a peep. Not a peep.
Yeah, man.
Oh, God. Somebody, Ryan. Where did he come from? I knew he was on the team. I haven't heard from him in 8 weeks, dog. Guess the big catch to steal the game. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, dog. And that's why that's my thing on the Chiefs. Obviously, we'd already won by 6:30 when the game started. So I'm trying to figure out, all right, who would I rather play? Remember I told you last week, I want the Chiefs because I want my revenge. I want my lick back. This is personal. But in my head, if we play Buffalo, I'll become you. I'm like, I ain't scared of Buffalo. I ain't scared of Buffalo. And I'm not even trying to be an asshole. I was watching that game. I'm like, man, look, I really do hope Buffalo wins because we'll whoop their ass, dog. They are not good. We will whoop their ass. And then Kansas City, I'm like, bro, they don't make no mistakes, dog. They do all the little things right. And what we take advantage of is teams that do all the dumb shit. Get away from plays that are working. They do like Washington. They were just too young for their britches. The Rams were just doing all the good things right, but we were just a little bit more talented than they were. You know what I mean? Green Bay, I knew they were going to struggle because they were going to do stupid shit and not give the ball to Josh Jacobs all day long. Because when they gave it to Josh Jacobs, can't stop him. And to me, like Patrick Mahomes is not going to fall in love with one player. They're not going to fall in love with one thing. Like they're going to do all the right shit, and that's what scares me. And you watch that game, I'm like, I saw, it was kind of like a seesaw effect, kind of, whatever, back and forth. And Buffalo really you thought maybe this could be the time. But like by the third quarter, I was like, man, Buffalo hanging around, but we all know how this shit's gonna end. Everybody in America knew. We all know how this shit's gonna end. Like
I was at a bar and there was a whole row, probably like 25, 30 Buffalo Bill fans watching in there.
Was it a Bills bar?
No, I was at a place in Wesley or Trinity, Odessa area out here. I was at the World of Beer out here. Yeah, I had to be close to home.
Yeah.
So there was a whole bunch of Bills fans there. And every time, like, I think there was like 2 Chiefs fans in the bar and then me. Every time Josh Allen fucked up, I was just like, and then once them hoes lost, man, they got quiet because they were anything that Josh Allen, like, Josh Allen's going to save us. He's that guy. Look at him. He's so good. Oh my God, he can do everything. And when they lost, man, they got real quiet. And I walked out, I said, 1, 2, 3, Cancun. I just walked out that bitch.
So I would have been sipping my little sippy cup. I've been drinking a Capri Sun, looking at them like, okay. Or not. Oh,
I can't stand Buffalo.
I think I had a phenomenal season. They do every year. It's like they're like the Buffalo Bills, like the '90s Buffalo Bills, but they can't even make
Super Bowl. But they can't make it to the
Super Bowl. Now they're like the Toronto Raptors that couldn't get. Watch, Patrick Mahomes is going to go down for a year, or for whatever, and they'll finally make it. Outside of that, as long as Big Bad Wolf Mahomes is there, and then Joe Burrow will be back, and then we'll see what Harbaugh does with the Chargers. Even though I don't really trust Herbert like that, but shit, he's there. Aaron Rodgers, he might be a Jet Steeler next year. Who knows? It's like, I don't know. It's tough sledding. So yeah, Kansas City, bro, they are Patriot like same bullshit. It's like they do all the small things right. They keep it quiet in the house. They get rid of all the noise and shit. Like they just.
You know what the problem is? They got too many guys that be doing this too much, and it bite them in the ass in the end.
Who is that?
Huh?
Who?
Dawkins is a big one.
He does talk a lot.
He talks way too much. And I was gonna send you a fun. I forgot who it was. One of the linebackers said something. He's like, "Man, fuck the Jets, man. They go enjoy Cancun." And somebody took the quote because he put it on Instagram. Like he just put the quote there with him and like dapping up another player. And someone said, "Yeah, fuck boy, I'll see you there. We've been keeping the water warm for you."
Mac Hollins coming in with bare feet and like an elbow costume.
He wants to be relevant because he got weird hair. Like,
hey, he won a Super Bowl with us when he was doing special teams. But anyway, you are right. They too loud, bro. Kansas City is just quiet, chilling.
Nobody talks shit on that team.
Keep that shit right here.
Andy Reid calls the social media people. And he's like, make sure none of them post nothing after this game. If they post something, let me know. If it ain't about their charity or their wives and kids or nothing, or them going to church, I don't want to see it.
Hey, there's a new young bull in town. His name Nick Sirianni. That's my coach now. I love you, Big Red. I'll see you again in 2 weeks. But we got Mr. Sirianni over there. And the last time, we saw you, we was there. So just remember that. We'll do our preview next week. Let's kind of just do a bow on some NFL coaching hires real quick, because we're 6 out of 7 locked in right now. The Saints probably waiting for Mardi Gras. I don't know what they're waiting for. They've interviewed my boy. They're probably waiting for what's his name, our offensive Kellen Moore to be done, because they've showed a lot of interest in him. They showed interest in like Liam Coen. They showed interest in a lot of these other guys before. And that's where we're going to start off our coaching carousel. We're just going to do quick hitters. So, obviously, the story that came out with the Jags, right, with Liam Coen, we never really got to talk about that. I have a
Judas and the White Messiah.
I have a Buck fan that lives in this house, so I know she was salty. And I know a lot of Bucks fans are very salty about how it went down. What is your opinion on, in case y'all don't know? Basically, as a recruiter, this shit actually hit home for me. Basically, the Jacksonville Jaguars showed interest in him. He interviews the first interview. Tampa Bay said, "Look, we'll make you the highest paid offensive coordinator if you don't take that second interview, and you come back to the Bucks." And Liam Coen was like, "Cool, I'll do that." Cancels the second interview, comes back to the Bucks to go be the highest paid offensive coordinator. The day he's supposed to sign his contract, they can't find him. They no call, no show. Like, and I've dealt with this with candidates before, so I know how that shit feels. It's like a gut punch. And it's like, yo, where does this dude at, right? Meanwhile, Jacksonville has fired the GM Balky, who nobody liked. Everybody was been trying to get rid of him for years. And Shah Khan finally said, for this man, you can go. You can go, Balky. They fired Balky. They use I'm making this part up. They use like a no traceable phone from the gas station. You know what I'm saying? They try to do some slick shit. Hey, yo, this is Shah Khan from Jacksonville. And we fired the GM. You trying to come back? This is basically what happened. He was like, oh, y'all fired the GM? Oh, shit. Let me go take that second interview. He takes that second interview. Nobody knows. Apparently, he's saying he talked to Baker and all these other people. I don't know. The way the team put it, they say we can't find the dude. 10:35 p.m. later that night, it's been reported that he signs with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Bucks are stunned. They are commenting on his posts, calling him a snake, commenting on his wife's post, calling her a snake. It got dirty and ugly in Tampa, and for the first time in a while, I was like, I respect the Buck fans because they was ride or die. I like that shit. That was some Philly shit that they did. I like this shit. So fast forward, he says Duval, and now he's the coach of the Jags. And what is your take on that situation and how it played out?
For Bucks fans, don't be upset, man. You did this last year. Dave Canales, you got him for a year. You made Baker look good, and then he went to go coach a shitty team.
But did he promise to come back and not come back? This is different now.
Doesn't matter, man. Fuck it, man. Fuck it. Go get another one and do it right. Do it right. You know? So let him go. He's gonna go coach another shitty team. Go beat the shit out of them when you play him, man. And plus his eyes they go like this. Like, I don't trust him, man. If you got low ears or your eyes are just like that, like, I can't trust you, man. I don't know why. The hiring, this notion of one-year wonders and hiring them, I don't like it. It's kind of scary for me. I like to see somebody doing that more. Like Ben Johnson has been doing it for a while, and he's been successful with it. 1 year turnaround. We saw that with Baker last year, and of course he did better in his second year there. But I think the Bucks will be okay. They'll get another offensive coordinator that makes sense. And in the case of the Jaguars, good luck.
You think he could, because you saw what he was able to do for Baker. You think, because Trevor, we pay this dude, he's what, number 2, 3 highest paid quarterback in the league. You think he can do this with Trevor? I mean, they got Brian Thomas Jr. over there. They got Christian Kirk. They got some guys.
They don't scare me, bro.
Not scared, but they could do. You don't think they could do something? Trevor Lawrence is number 1 pick. Not it.
Sorry,
buy, cut, sell. This is on the fly. So yeah, start, bench, cut. We'll do it like that. Start, bench, cut. Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence.
In that order.
Josh Allen start, bench, Justin Herbert, cut, Trevor Lawrence. Wow, you started your boy Josh A.
I respect Josh Allen. I just don't get everybody goes to
you ain't as bad as I thought you was.
Bro, like, trust me, I almost said start Herbert, but I was like, I'm gonna be honest, like, Josh Allen gets pretty far in the playoffs. Josh Allen just loses to dumb things. Or just Patrick Mahomes in a coin toss. Like, that's what he loses to. But I just don't like the hiring for the Jaguars. I don't know, man. Maybe it works. I don't know, but like I told you, I just don't like 1-year wonders. Like people go on that ride and they try and get it. And look at Dave Canales. He was a quarterback whisperer. He turned Geno Smith around. He turned Baker Mayfield around. He went there to get the number 1 pick and be trying to help him, and he almost got rid of him. There was talks of getting rid of what's his name, Bryce Young.
Well, look at him now. He's turning around.
He's better, but
Listen, we're about to see next year, but Bryce Young, the way he finished the year, gotta give Canales credit for that.
Dude, but he almost gave up on him.
He needed to chill. Listen, remember rookie starters used to wait before they started? Sometimes they gotta chill, bro. They gotta watch the bet.
But listen, I am 100% with that. But at the same time, it's like, dude, there's so many reports going out that this kid's disgruntled. They want to trade him. You guys don't want him. There's all this shit coming around. That's why I say it's a shitty organization. They don't know how to handle the in-house shit. Like, don't let that get out the locker room. We're going to bench Bryce because we need him to learn the playbook a little bit better. Just be candid. Just be candid with it. And I feel like, I don't know what's going to happen in Jacksonville. They're already saying, like, he's going to put a great team around him.
Well, shit, Mac Jones still there, too.
You want to play for a snake?
Mac Jones, shit, money, right? Shit.
Shit.
Hey, and the money, right? I'm going to get targets. I'm good, dog.
Let's see, man. Jacksonville always goes and spends on some players all the time, and it just doesn't work. So we'll see what happens now. I think that GM, I kept telling you, was a big problem. He was a huge problem.
You see, when you delete some bullshit out the room, you can turn some shit around, bro. You can turn some shit around, man. We watch it, like I said, we watch Washington do this shit in 1 year. You got a quarterback. You got weapons. I mean, ETN is still good. Tim Bigsby is still good. Josh Allen Hines is good. Like you got players, bro. It's not like you got talent.
Oh, we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do.
All right, next team. We talked about Vrabel already, basically.
Who?
Mike Vrabel. We talked about that.
We talked about Vrabel.
All right. Well, shout out to the Patriots because they built that roster that coaching staff that they building. They gonna do it, bro. they
right. It's the right hire for them.
They gonna do it. Your boy, Chicago Bears, got Ben Johnson. Did a lot for Detroit. Obviously, offensively, they were just powerhouse over the last couple of years. We talk about helping a quarterback. Obviously, he did a lot for Goff. Can he have that same impact on Caleb Williams with the toys and weapons that they have?
I want to believe so. I don't want to write this man off because he looks like NFL ready coach kind of guy.
Yeah, he seems mature.
And Caleb Williams looks like a student that wants to learn. And Eberflus already just got a job with the Cowboys. So
Jerry, I love you, Jerry. I just want to tell you, Jerry, me and you, bro, we gotta go get some Nobu one day, bro. I like you, dog. You good.
I think it's the right fit. I think that's the guy for the job. And he was linked to that for the longest. I would want to take that job too if I were him.
Easy. It's either Cliff Kingsbury or Ben Johnson for that one. The other guy from Detroit, your boy, Aaron Glenn. You said last week, best kept secret. We ain't leaving the room, bro. He cannot leave this building.
You better not.
Said, brother, you ain't leaving this building, bro. And you got your boy. You drafted him, 95, something like that?
97.
97. You bringing good vibes back to the locker room. That's a good locker room hire.
They a bunch of the 97 players, too, there to welcome them in. I like that. We got a GM, too, 3 days ago.
Tall, right?
Huh?
Tall dude. He looked like he was like 6'10" in the picture I saw.
Yeah, he's like a beanpole. He's a beanpole. He's the assistant GM. He's been in the Broncos front office for a while. He's been the assistant GM. He won Super Bowl 50 with them. I personally don't like the hire, but plus is like that's a good hire. It's a guy that's been in-house for a long time, so he's not like jumping ship, going around places. He's seen everything. I'm open to it.
That's we got Ray Plus back on the show, by the way.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that dude in some time.
My only gripe with it is I would have liked to see two brothers running the organization. I would have loved to see Louis Riddick and him doing it. I don't want to like play into the idea that skin color is gonna clash or anything like that. But sometimes GM gets the bigger ball. Sometimes it's like, hey, this is what it is. I put the team together, type stuff. So, and it is the Jets. It is the Jets. Like I don't want to sit here and be like that. But I want to give the guy a chance. This is his first crack at being a GM. He left Denver. And he's coveted for some reason, so he knows something that we don't know. But Aaron Glenn, I like the signing a lot. I liked his press conference. We're the freaking New York Jets. I love it. I need Woody Johnson to stay the fuck away. Do ownership. Go play golf. Go cheat on your wife. Go play Madden with your kids and learn the ratings of some players if you want to like be active and shit. But stay the fuck away. Also, we got rid of the curse of the Toyota background. Whenever we did the interviews with the head coaches, the background has been Toyota. Now we have Cash App. So
okay.
Maybe the curse has been lifted.
21st century.
Yeah. So I love the hire. I really wanted Rex, but Rex was out. I think Rex is a little too vocal before he gets the job, and that might have shot himself in the foot with that. But
he probably wanted to be like GM too. Like he probably went like, I want to pick the groceries. I want to do this. I want to do that.
Yeah.
Simmer down, brother. Simmer down.
Yeah. I want to see him do well because I think this is a player's coach. I think this is a guy that people can identify with and like. Small guy too, man. Like he's like, cool guy, very relaxed, calm. I'm happy with it. I really am. I was excited for Salah, and I'm equally as excited for this hire. I just hope that he looks like he's in a position to be successful. Actually, I take that back. He doesn't have a quarterback. So we're putting him in the same position that we bring.
Said anything about that situation
yet? I've been reading the beat writers, and they're saying they're done with Aaron. Like they're going to walk away from this Aaron Rodgers shit after this. They say it's very slim that he comes back, but you never know. Maybe these two get down and they're like, hey, let's try and run it back with this team. I keep seeing a bunch of Jets fan pages like, let's run it back with them. I'm like, no, why do you want to go back to hell? Why do you want to deal with this shit? Do you like being in purgatory?
It's like the problem is that it's like when you really scale back, it's like it is still Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? Like it's something that you always have to like have in the back of your mind. Like it is still Aaron Rodgers, bro. Like come on now.
You know what's crazy? Jalen Hurts has been to more Super Bowls than him.
Oh man, I was saving that for all my haters. I have like a whole thread of all the hater shit that I've seen, and that was actually one of my haters shit.
He's got one more Super Bowl than Jalen Hurts.
Hey, we'll revisit that in a couple weeks. But anyway, all right.
Love the hire. Kill the offseason. Kill the draft.
Get back to the playoffs. Let's go. Kill the offseason. Kill the draft.
Like I say every year, if you get to the playoffs, I will be happy. If you lose, I'll still be happy. You got there, and I've seen progression. It's baby steps. You can't like the Washington Commanders are an anomaly, okay? Because they got rid of the owner. They had 4 alignments, and of those, one of those 4, there's like 30 people in that alignment there. But it was all aligned. This one, you got shithead up top who's like, my kid said that, we need this guy because he's an 88 rating and his fucking pass catch is a 95. Like, fuck out of here.
I mean, the logic is not. All right. Surprise, surprise, Pete Carroll.
Love it.
It's so strange to me. Like, we look at Las Vegas. It's a new era. I don't know what Tom Brady's job is because apparently he did the hiring for the coaching. Then he's also talking about coaching on Fox. And I'm like, can he do this shit? Is this right? And apparently he plans to continue to do his job on Fox while being holding his role with Jackson or with the Raiders. It seems a little bit like collusion or some type of bullshit where I can't think of to me. But I'm like, something seems a little fishy here. But it's Tom Brady. It's like Mahomes in 20 years gonna get to do the same shit. Ron, Michael Jordan, God rest his soul, Kobe, Magic Johnson. Like certain people get a little bit more rope. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, let me see what I can do with this.
Tom Brady could shoot somebody on national TV, give the gun, watch him clean it off, and go back to broadcasting, and they'd be like, it's just Tom. It's Tom.
Look at Tom, bro.
Tom being Tom
He's
again.
Crazy. Yeah, he's crazy, Tom. But all right, you like the hire Pete Carroll?
I do. As old as Pete Carroll is, he has a young fucking soul. He has a young soul, and let's be honest with ourselves. He can put together a team. He can put together a team. He's done it. He went and he trusted Geno Smith and made Geno Smith. So I just think
you gonna bring Geno down from Seattle? Like, come on down.
He might. You never know.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked either. But I think Pete Carroll, it's going to take a little time because like the Raiders are like literally.
Bro, he old, dog.
I know. I think it's going to take like a year, maybe two. But I think that division is going to be what we thought a couple years back when we saw all the quarterbacks go there. I think it aligns with the head coaches. When you get the head coaches there, that should be there. Because if we look at that division and we look at the head coaches that are there, those are 4 really good head coaches.
Yeah, I'm looking at Dick Vermeil. Because remember he came back to the Rams and took that job when he was older. But he wasn't that old. Because that what was that, 98? That Rams team? So that was, he was in his 60s. And we thought he was old coming back out of 50. Mind you, he was away for 15 years. But that was like, damn, Dick Vermeil's back. Oh, that was like big news back then. You think Pete Carroll can turn that shit around that quick where he's got them in the Super Bowl in a couple of years? What's more likely, him retiring or them winning a playoff game?
Retiring, I would say. I think Pete is there to get the foundation going again, if anything. Like he's the next guy is going to be his successor. Like, hey, I put together like Tony Dungy type shit.
I was about to say the Dungy, the Gruden.
I put together this for you. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to call the shots in the front office or something like that, or be an advisor. Please take it, run with it. You're the guy for the job type of thing. But I think Pete Carroll, like the coaches they be getting in there, it's like Mark Davis goes out on a bender and does blow with a bunch of hookers, and he's like, yeah, let's hire this guy. He's a fun guy.
Yeah,
Mark Davis is a wild dude. Like I've never seen somebody have so many more cooler events than having a football team in that stadium.
I have a team in Las Vegas. I'm about to be the dopest dude in the world. Jerry Jones, listen, if Jerry Jones had a team in Las Vegas, I would want him to be Jerry Jones. Like, be the asshole, be the showman. You got a team in Las Vegas, bruh? Come on, bro. I'm showing my ass, dog. I'm acting a fool in Las Vegas. Dallas is a different story.
Yeah.
Washington, different story.
Yeah, Mark. They've had questionable gets at everything that they do. The only one that they've hit a home run on is Max Crosby. That's the only one. And that guy, you got to think he's going to be like, I don't want to do this shit no more. At what point does he just give up?
Eagles jersey, I'm just saying. But anyway.
You don't want that on your team. You don't want him on your team.
Why not? What? Philly? Dog. You saw how we fell in love with Bryce Harper? He'd have that same kind of. He would beat Bryce Harper, bro. I'm telling you. Instantly. Instantaneously.
We'll see.
Damn, I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something. Either way. And then finally, the Cowboys. They hired Brian Schottenheimer. Now, we thought Nick Sirianni was a weird hire. Dan Campbell biting kneecaps. We've seen some hires that we question, and it ends up working out. This could be something that works out. We don't know. It's too early to tell.
I know.
Uh, all I can say is thank God my dog Dion is not there. I was not believing those stories, but damn it, I didn't want to believe it. That's why. So at least we avoided that nightmare because I did not want to see that shit happen. Get well soon to the Dallas Cowboys, man. I really do appreciate y'all. We will do our Super Bowl preview next week. Definitely stay tuned for that. Now let's jump into the National Basketball Association. The Lakers are getting the dog shit beat out of them by my 76ers. It's always weird when LeBron got to play the Sixers because like I'm rooting for the team success of the Sixers, but I just want to see LeBron go drop a triple double, dunk on somebody. But the a lot of shit going on in the NBA that we'll get to those stories regarding the likes of Jimmy Butlers and the DeAaron Fox apparently of the world and a lot of these other dudes, right? But we want to start off. We got the NBA All-Star starters last week after we signed off. Do you don't have that pulled up, do you?
The starters got them.
You got them?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and run off the East and then the West.
All right, for the East, we have in the guard spots, we have Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell. For the bigs, we have Tatum, Giannis, and Big Cat.
Before he gets to the West, any surprises in the East?
Nah, that's exactly what I had.
Go with the list. All right, cool. Go to the West.
Out West, we have Steph, we have Shea, we have LeBron, KD, and Jokic.
Any surprises in the West?
No, I would have had Ant as a starter over Steph, but fans vote. You know, it is Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time. You can't deny that.
It was like basically when you looked at it, it was the big three from the Olympics. It was gonna be a lock. You just had to expect it. It was gonna be a lock. I thought Steph should have been a reserve personally. But then again, I would have been pissed off if LeBron wasn't the starter, even though you could probably, I don't know, in the West, we'll get to our reserves. There's maybe a case for, I don't know. Actually, no, I can't make a case for anybody else. LeBron, KD, Jokic is, God. Jokic is ridiculous. But yeah, no major surprises out in the West either. All right. Let me hear your Eastern Conference reserves. The format that they have it now, not as far as like the players, is 2 guards, 3 front court players, and then 2 wild cards. So it could be 2 forwards or 2 centers or 2 guards, whatever, a guard at the center. So yeah, it's 2, 3, and 2. For your Eastern Conference, who do you have?
Man, this was tough for me putting this together, to be honest with you.
Very.
But this is what I came up with, and it might not be along the lines, but I think it fits. And my last one is like, actually probably my last 2 in the East are a little bit, I don't know. So my first one is Cade Cunningham. That's my first one in. My second one is LaMelo Ball. My third is Damian Lillard. My fourth is Jaylen Brown. My fifth is, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or my sixth at this is Evan Mobley. And then my last, I don't know. I looked at it and I looked at down the line and looking at his year and the numbers he's putting up. Guy should be an all-star every year in my book because he's like a poor man's Jokic. I put Vucevic as my last one.
Interesting. All right. Where my East. All right, just say it real quick again.
Cunningham. Oh, I forgot my other one was Tyrese Maxey. That was my other one.
So there's 7. You got 7. So all right, same.
Yeah.
All right. So Cunningham, Maxey,
Damian,
Dame,
Jaylen Brown, Evan Mobley,
yeah,
LaMelo Ball,
LaMelo,
Vucevic,
and Vooch. I have Cade Cunningham as well. I have Darius Garland. I got three people from the Cavs making it. Because I got Evan Mobley as well. So Donovan Mitchell, the starter, right? Darius Garland and and Evan Mobley and Cade Cunningham. I also have Jaylen Brown, Damian Lillard, and then my other two wild card, Paolo Banchero. I know I get it. I'm rewarding him as a coach because, like, you remember the coaches are the one voting, and I look at it from who has been the Paolo Banchero. Is either him or Franz Wagner for what they did while the other was out, or just in general, just how I felt. That was just how I felt. I felt like Paolo Banchero deserved it.
I wanted to put Paolo in there too. I just didn't know like if this plays an effect of games played.
Yeah, because I look at
looking at the other side, I want to put Luka in, but Luka's only played 20 like some games.
Yeah, and well, just spoiler, I don't even have Luka in.
I didn't either.
And my last wild card, Tyler Hero.
That's what I was going back and forth with on this. I scratched out Hero and I put Vooch because look at Vooch's numbers, 21 and 10, and like 6 assists. Like that's a lot for a pick.
That team is just ass to me. And you have LaMelo Ball. I didn't put LaMelo. So who my snubs, if you want to call them snubs, who I kind of debated about? Trae Young, I debated about him.
Same.
LaMelo Ball, I debated about him. Those are the two big ones I
didn't want to put LaMelo, but I just went because he's like top 4 in scoring. You can't.
Yeah. He's having a phenomenal year, but he plays for an ass team, and I feel bad. But his only way to get in, he had to get voted in. If he can't get voted in, it's hard for me to like. I look at those other players, and people talk about winning versus just stats, and there's so much to kind of look at it. I just look at just who have I wanted to turn the TV on and watch this year. That's how I see it. I've been going like I need to find a Cade Cunningham game. I need to watch him play. When I watched Cleveland, I was like, I already knew about Mitchell. When I watched Cleveland, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, they flashed on my screen. I'm like, those two are having very good years. Jaylen Brown, you gotta let him in there. Dame Dollar, how he hit Giannis.
He'll cry if you don't.
Yeah. Dame Dollar, how him and Giannis have figured this shit out. Because it was spooky in the beginning of the year. They look like a well-oiled machine. It's like the best. No one's talking about it yet because it's like there's a lot of other shit to talk about it.
Have I been saying?
Dude, they creeping up, bro. They creeping up. And then all the shit that's going on. And then Paolo, I put him in, like I said, all the shit that's going on in Miami.
Tyler's just carrying the load.
He's literally just balling. He's having his career year, averaging like over 25 points a game. I watched him play the Lakers like a week or two ago. I'm like, yo, this dude is money every time, dog. And to me, from what he's doing, dealing with that team, what they're going through, they deserve to have a little bit of light. The players deserve to have a little bit of light because it's a messy situation. And I wanted him to be the guy that got spotlighted because Bam to me hasn't really done much. And yeah, all right, let's go to the West.
So my first one is Anthony Edwards. My second is Victor Wembanyama. My third is D Book. As much as I didn't want to do it, he's having a great year. I put both of these guys on here because we overlooked them because they played for a team that's good one year, really good, and then the next year they're like kind of average, and then they're kind of like fire their head coach. We don't know what's going on. But it's always stacked in the West, and I think the stars have aligned for both of them to make the All-Star game. DeAaron Fox and Sabonis got snubbed last year, and he's proven why he needs to be leading in the league in rebounds. Like dude's a fucking unit. So I want to give him the respect. Anthony Davis, and now my last one. This one gets tough because I want to put a Rocket in there, and the Rocket I want to put is Şengün. That's the guy I want to put, but like my heart is telling me if we're gonna do it based off of voting, Ja Morant should be there. Should be the last one in for me. But if it were me, I want to see Şengün because the Rockets are in second place. They have to have somebody represent for them. I would like to see Şengün in there.
That was a very interesting reserve list because I hear your explanation of all of them. And we differ. We definitely do differ. I don't have any Kings on mine. I can tell you that. It's just I don't know. I don't have no Kings on there. Definitely Anthony Edwards, who to be could have been the starter, should have been the starter. Definitely Wemby and AD, like we agreed upon. And here's where we differ.
Okay, I want to hear it. I was going down this one really hard.
Yeah, this one, the West is hard for me. I see your De'Aaron Fox, and I raise you a Kyrie Irving.
I looked at Kyrie, and then I said I hate him a lot, so I don't want to put him on.
I knew that.
It was between. So when I got to the last one, it was between Ja, Kyrie, and Şengün, and I was like, I have to reward the number 2 seed with somebody from there.
Oh, I have Şengün in mind as well.
Okay, I was figured you would. So
I have Şengün in mind as well because like I thought I like to reward. I've been a Şengün fan since he got to the league. I think we've been Şengün fans since we got to the league, and to see just his progression. To me, he's a major part of what they got going on in Houston. For what it's worth, you look at that team as a whole. I mean, even Dillon Brooks, I don't even hate him as much as like I used to. Like I'm like, damn, Dillon Brooks is good for this team. But Şengün, because you can look at Jalen Green, you can look at Amen Thompson. Like they got great players on that team. But to me, I had to go with somebody that a big. I like what you said about Sabonis. But I was like, I'd much rather have Şengün over Sabonis. That's how I put it. And then Jalen Williams, I put Jalen Williams in there because to me, if I'm going to have 3 Cavs, I can't just have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I got to have another Thunder. And Jalen Williams is basically their Jaylen Brown. So to me, I got to reward that. And then the last one for me was the tough one. Because I looked at Devin Booker. I was like, damn, that could be a good one. I looked at John Morant. That could be a good one. I looked at James Harden, and then I looked at Norman Powell. And I put Norman Powell in mind because I always like to see what players do when the big dog is down. That's why I put Kyrie in, because to me, he's keeping him just afloat, just enough to stay ready. And I feel like Norman Powell, what he did early on this year, waiting on Kawhi to get back, this is a 6 man of the year type of performance that he's put up so far. So I wanted to reward him, and I got Norman Powell in mind. But yeah, my big takeaway is I have no Sixers on mine. You got Tyrese Maxey. I got no Sixers, and I'm the biggest Maxey fan in the world. And I'm like, I don't want to reward this bullshit, even though they're playing a little bit better lately.
Reward him, man. Reward him. He deserves to be there. If anyone on that team deserves to be rewarded, it's Tyrese Maxey, because the same kind of heart that Jalen Hurts plays with, Tyrese Maxey plays with the same thing. He could be juvenile and childish, but he's pretty mature for his age too, being there.
Yeah, he's more mature than Embiid, I'd say that.
More than Embiid, and then Paul George cares more about podcasts and ratings than he does playing games.
Listen, I can't wait to send Paul George to Miami. He can go deal with Pat Riley. We getting hippie buckets back. But anyway, now based on who we have in and who might actually make it, who do you think will actually be the biggest snubs? We got our list, but who do you think will actually get snubbed?
I think Şengün might be one. And I really don't know.
I think LaMelo's definitely not going to make it, and that would be.
I hope he doesn't, but I went down the list and I was like,
he's balling.
Michael Redd was on a shitty team for so long, but was dropping like 30 points a games, and he was rewarded. You know,
yeah,
but
DeAaron Fox has not been rewarded yet, and he's been putting up 27, 28 points a game for the last 5 years. So it's like that's not fair to DeAaron Fox that he plays in the West.
It's not, but I feel like last year we saw like Sabonis too. Sabonis year in and year out is just like, what do I have to do? What do I have to do for y'all? I respect the man's game. You know, he's a B grade Jokic. He's a B grade Jokic, in my opinion.
Minus, and that's B. And I think he's a phenomenal basketball player. But what I've watched Jokic do over the last year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, I'm like, he might go down as shit. You know what I mean? Like, I look at Jokic now compared to how I used to make fun of him before. I was like, nah, bro, this dude Jokic is. I thought he like you want people like, oh, he's stat. That dude ain't stat padding, bro. He's just dicing you up. He's actually just the best player on the floor every night.
Would it be funny if he was a better like horse manager? Like, wouldn't it be funny if like he just became like the best horse manager after that?
Probably will be when he's done. When he's
Like,
done because
at like the Kentucky Derby, and he's just got like prize winning horses right after the other.
hey, look, hey, we might see Michael Jordan do good in NASCAR. You never know. What if Michael Jordan becomes the best NASCAR team president, owner, whatever of all time? We don't know that. Shit, Kobe was winning Oscars and shit after he finished basketball. Were you a competitor, dog? You a competitor. Like, that's just what it is. But yeah, I feel bad because I know Trae Young ain't gonna make it. I feel bad for him. I don't think DeAaron Fox is gonna make it. I feel bad for him. Sabonis, LaMelo, and yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But speaking on DeAaron Fox and speaking on Jimmy Butler, so before we wrap up, DeAaron Fox, that's one thing. You know, he's linked to being, you know, possibly trading for the trade deadline. What do you think would be the best? What do you just think would be like the best situation for him?
Go East.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Miami. They've been needing a point guard for the longest.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, to me, I looked at the Rockets.
Is it Kentucky with the two other Kentucky guys?
Or the Kentucky connection to Miami. Him, Bam, and Tyler Hero. Turn that shit around. You gonna send Jimmy to Sacramento? Jimmy, Duncan Robinson.
Jimmy ain't going to Sacramento. Jimmy ain't gonna do that.
Jimmy ain't got a choice. He ain't got that Bradley Beal contract.
He'll find a way, man. Jimmy got the biggest mouth in all the sports, man. Jimmy will find a way out of there.
Oh yeah, he'll get bought out and he'll go play for Phoenix for free. Which is not what I want. But anyway, all right. Yeah, I agree. Now the Jimmy situation. Turn the shit back around to Jimmy because I don't think we've spent enough time to talk about how this shit has played out. We are at a stalemate. Pat Riley, big bad wolf. Pat Riley. He's what do you call it? He's Fugazi. He's not Fugazi. You know, he's plugged in. Long story short, Pat Riley's plugged in, right? Jimmy Butler, stubborn as hell, but this ain't his first rodeo. If he wants to get out of a situation, he gonna force his way out of a situation. And we're at a point in which the rubber needs to meet the road, and Miami is like, all right, cool, we suspend him. All right, cool, we suspend him. And I said before the summer, remember we was talking about this in the summer, I said, you don't think that's gonna be weird? And you're like, nah, they'll figure it out. It's Miami.
Oh, I mean, I jumped off that shit real quick when I saw what's going on.
This shit has, and again, I've been following the Miami Heat closely since LeBron got there, right? I saw how LeBron got out of there. I saw them not give a shit about D-Wade. They say, yeah, go ahead to Chicago, D-Wade. The dude that they named the county after, Pat Riley said, nah, we good. When I saw how they did D-Wade, LeBron was one thing. That's my player. I love LeBron, so, you know, I felt personal about that. D-Wade, shut up. D-Wade, though, that one, you got to know, because, like, you see that happen, right? And that's like, damn, they did him dirty. But then you see the other side of it. Udonis Haslem, Alonzo Mourning. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's such a weird dynamic because, like, when he rock with you, bro, you could be here for 25 years on this roster getting a paycheck, and we're going to give you a job as soon as you're done. If he don't rock with you, for whatever reason, a little bit of chink in the armor, yeah, you can go. Like, I don't know. Where are you with this whole situation? Because, like, I can see both sides. I put a lot of blame on Pat Riley, though, because I've seen this story before. Even though we've seen this story with Jimmy. Honestly, it's hard for me to even pick a side. To me, they're both being just little children. But
I agree. They're both in the wrong. Right. I think Jimmy had to deal with some, because I've been watching that shit on Netflix about the NBA and the season and shit like that. You know, Jimmy just lost his father too recently.
What NBA season?
The show on Netflix about like the 5 players that they're like following
I
around.
never, I never watched it.
Yeah, LeBron's in it, Anthony
Yeah.
Edwards, Jimmy Butler, Sabonis, and Jason Tatum. They're
That's
following.
why. That's why you're supposed to, man. You follow his life
No,
closely.
no, 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 no. Like his numbers just don't lie. I don't get his wife is corny as fuck, and her eyebrows really bother me. But
Are level though? Are her eyes level?
they have like permanent angry eyes. It's like
Oh,
Mr. Potato Head like all the time. So
that's it.
but Jimmy recently lost his dad, and that was like a big thing in his life. And Jimmy's a troll, man. Like that's just how Jimmy is. And I think Pat likes a guy that wants to win and is just, a quiet assassin. And Jimmy is that, but Jimmy has Bart. And Jimmy saying what he said at the end of the season or whatever, or about the Knicks or whatever, and that rubbing Pat Riley the wrong way. I think Pat got a little bit kicked Pat a little close to home when he said that.
Yeah, of course.
So, because he used to be part of that Knicks organization and he knows the culture that's there, and he's trying to instill that in Miami, and that probably rubbed him the wrong way. Not realizing Jimmy just is the kind of man that he is, and this is what comes with the territory, because that man will run through a wall for you, you know. But I think they're both in the wrong on this. I think Pat should swallow his pride. Jimmy should swallow his pride. They should sit in the room together and be like, how do we get DeAaron Fox here? How do we get DeAaron Fox here?
Yeah.
And if it's and we all know that's not going to happen. We're all knowing that this has come to an end. Where does Jimmy go, and what is the best fit for Jimmy? And if you ask me, the best fit for Jimmy to win right now, Milwaukee.
Bruh, I've been on that train.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I know that Embiid didn't even really want Paul George, we wanted Jimmy Butler all along. And now I heard that we quietly talking to Pat Riley. And I know Jimmy Butler and Joel Embiid, they buddies, dog. And we can get Kevin Love too, since Kevin Love been funny as hell on Instagram. I'll take K-Love too. I am ready to send Paul George ass to Miami. We get Jimmy Butler and Duncan Robinson. And y'all can have Paul George. I'll do the NBA trade machine and see if it works. Y'all can have Paul George, Yabu Sele, what's that dude name? Reggie Jackson, can't stand him. Eric Gordon, he old. Get rid of all these people that y'all thought was gonna work. And go get me Jimmy Buckets, Duncan Robinson, and Kevin Love for the locker room. And we set, baby. We right back in it. That's what to me, what I think is gonna happen, he'll probably find a way to end up in Phoenix. What I could see working really well, the Milwaukee situation, because I feel like if he takes that Chris Middleton role,
Marquette right there too. Marquette
right there. If he takes that Chris Middleton role, they will not be stopped at all, because Giannis gets the dog that he needs, and he got Dame. Bro, those three, they running through the East. If he ends up in Philly, maybe Joel Embiid plays 25 games. Maybe Tyrese Maxey becomes even more of a man and more of a dog. So I can see a lot of this. I can see this happening in some different ways. Shout out to Tyrese Maxey, dropped 43 points tonight in allude to the victory versus the Lakers. Maybe he is my all-star, but we'll see. But nah, I think ideal situation for Jimmy would probably be like Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee would be like the best fit. I don't know if Pat Riley wants to let him stay in the East, let alone let him go to a place that he wants to go. Because he might just send his ass to Toronto, also Kawhi shit, send his ass to Utah. We can get some draft picks. Send his ass to Washington. Go hang out with Jordan Poole. So we don't know what Pat Riley is going to do, but yeah, this is not a situation that's going to work. So yeah, we're gonna let that shit go.
What about Bradley Beal?
That $50 million contract with the no trade clause, from what I've been told, is the most immovable contract in the NBA right now. I think Jimmy, I did the NBA trade machine on it already. I actually did an NBA trade machine on Jimmy Butler going to the Rockets. That's another one that I don't mind. The Rockets get Reed Shepard. and like 3 other players, Jabari Smith or some shit like. So I forgot who it was, but and to me, him,
first round picks the last 3 years.
him in Houston, I think could be spooky. But also Bradley Beal in Miami. I like Bradley Beal in Miami. So if you want to just do the 50 million for 50 million because the contracts will cancel out, let him come to Miami. It'll be Bradley Beal and Bam and Tyler Hero. Also here, Bradley Beal to Milwaukee has been spoken about. I think if you get Bradley Beal or Jimmy Butler, it's way better than the Chris Middleton situation. I respect what you did for us, Chris Middleton. Thank you for letting us, helping us get a championship. But to me, that was more about Giannis being a superhero, and we had Drew Holiday at the time. You don't really fit this shit no more. We got Dame. We don't need you. Go get you somebody who can just play off the ball and score. Jimmy Butler don't need the ball in his hands. Bradley Beal doesn't need the ball in his hands, even though they like to have the ball in their hands, but they don't need it because I got Giannis at Tentacrupo, bro. You're going to tell Giannis. And Dame, you want somebody in the fourth quarter. So to me, I like this. I think Milwaukee is a Jimmy Butler or a Bradley Beal situation away from getting to the NBA Finals this year. That's simple. And I look at Boston lately. They don't look as dominant as they. Now I know it's January, so teams get bored. I already know how this shit goes right before All-Star break. Right before All-Star break and trade deadline, teams be playing weird because like everybody's just kind of like going through the motions. So we'll see how Boston looks like after the All-Star break. But I've seen Milwaukee go like this, going upwards, and I've seen Boston look a little funky. So I think if Milwaukee makes that move, you'll get you a Jimmy or a Bradley Beal. I like that. I like that a lot. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in unison with you on that. I agree 100%. Bradley Beal, I think the Suns are just there's something going on there. I've been saying it for a while.
The thing with the Suns is that it's a bunch of guys who don't know, like they don't. You need to have some type of like leader at the end of the day. We saw this shit in Brooklyn. James Harden, Kyrie, Kevin Durant. On paper, they should win 73 games and blow everybody out. Obviously, a lot of shit happened with COVID and knee injuries and Achilles and all this bullshit at that time that kind of messed up that experiment. But to me, this is just Brooklyn. I think we said that this is Brooklyn West. It's just a bunch of guys who are just really good at basketball. But like there's nobody to captain the ship. You know what I mean? And that's what they're lacking. And can Jimmy Butler be a guy that captains the ship like that and replace him in a Bradley Beal? I don't know. But I know in Milwaukee, I got Giannis. Shit. Yeah, I'll let him captain my ship. You know what I mean? Like, pause. But
Dame has the same energy, and they're both good, like captain and co-captain there. Like they work well together. Everybody was like trying to say it's not going to work.
They just needed to figure each other out.
They do, and I just feel like they just don't have a bench. That's the problem. Is their bench is really weak again. But you get a Jimmy Butler or you get a Bradley Beal there to play third fiddle, and Jimmy don't care what role he plays. He wants to be the star, but Jimmy also wants to win. And if he's with guys that have the same mentality as him, that they want to win, he's gonna be fine with that. Bradley Beal, I feel like it's the same way too. He just everywhere he goes, it just ends up sucking for him, man. So yeah. I don't know. I hate the situation in Miami because I think Jimmy from Miami is great. It's a great story, but it has to come to an end at some point, and this is what it is. This is what it is. It's two big egos that no one can come back and say, "Hey, I'm sorry. Let's try and rectify this." And when you lose your father and you throw that into the equation, that's another thing too. You're gonna act stupid now.
I hear that, bro. I hear that. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, just looking at just across the league, there's a lot. We'll obviously dive a little bit more as the weeks come and once the Super Bowl and everything kind of ends. Like once the Super Bowl ends, it's like shit. Baseball's about to start in a month, and NBA is getting close to the finals. College basketball becomes March Madness right overnight. Like everything kind of speeds up right after the Super Bowl happens. So we'll follow that shit closely. Anything else on your mind? Anything that's grinding your gears? Anything that's you need to get off your chest?
Good.
What about your naysayers? What they gotta know?
Um, my naysayers. Aaron Glenn is here to do shit, man. Be proud for that man to get a head coaching job. He's worked his ass off to be here. And I know it's on the shittiest team in the NFL, but it's my shitty team, and I'm happy that we got my shitty team, and I'm happy that we got him. It's the right hire. Woody Johnson, stay the fuck out of the limelight because no one likes you, and let the man do his job and let the GM do his job. Don't run these two out. Set them up for success. Be better.
And speaking of no one liking us, no naysayers,
No one likes us.
naysayers, no one likes us. I know you don't want to see me shine, but I'm gonna shine anyway because I love me some me. Fly Eagles fly. A-Rod, where can they find us at?
You can find us on Twitter, fair_weather_pod. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, pending TikTok still. Search the Fair Weather Podcast. Wherever you subscribe to podcast audio, search the Fair Weather Podcast. You can find us there. Take it away.
I've already said. I mean, listen. Next week.
Fly, Eagles,
No.
fly.
Not doing it right now. Next week, we gonna revisit this, y'all. Just know, I got receipts. Receipts. Stay tuned. That's all I gotta say. And shout out to my dog Jimmy Butler. It's gonna be all right, baby. Come on home, dog.